Jake Paul proved last night that he's not a real boxer. He's proved that experience matters. Over the course of this video, I'm going to have a look at the fight tactically and from a technical point of view, and towards the end of the video I'm going to get some gloves on and I'm going to show you the punch that knocked out Jake Paul, how AJ set it up, where he threw it from and what he did beforehand to make sure it landed. So apparently that last night was a boxing match. It was sold to us under the premise that Anthony Joshua may be on his way down the mountain and Jake Paul was steadily improved over his time in the sport. But what we got was a perfect example of why you absolutely do not play boxing. I understand why we got it. They're both massive personalities with massive social media presence and there was a mass amount of money on the table. But it just showed you last night that Instagram followers doesn't give you boxing ability and TikTok doesn't give you a defense. I'm not here to attack each boxer on a personal level at all. I'm just here to look at the fight from a tactical point of view and the fundamental flaws that they both made during the fight. So let's start with Jake Paul. His defense was absolutely shocking. He had no head movement whatsoever. He wasn't willing to engage. He had no perception of the range that he needed to be in with a bigger fighter. He was either miles out of range or far too close. He tried to bait Joshua in with his movements and his feints. He was just running around the ring, absolutely not willing to engage whatsoever. That isn't going to work. He was also trying to catch AJ on the way in with a big shot. He hasn't got the power to trouble AJ. AJ weighed in at 245, Jake Paul weighed in at 223. That's a 20-pound weight difference. It's a stone and a half. That's before we get onto the fact that Jake Paul doesn't technically throw his punches correctly. And when he did get close, when he did get in range to do some work, he didn't do any work. He just grabbed hold and hugged. This frustrated AJ a lot. You could see him pushing him down, throwing him around, trying to get some work off, but Jake Paul just wanted to hug and hold. There are arguments that Joshua could have cut the ring off a little bit better, but it's really hard when you've got someone who isn't willing to engage, who literally just wants to move. It's not like they want to jab and move like the Mayweather style of boxing or Pernell Whitaker, fighters like that. He literally just wanted to stay out of range and survive for as long as he could before he got tired and before he got clipped. Over the course of the fight, AJ was putting pressure on him, front foot pressure, keeping him on his toes, keeping him guessing all the time, making him nervous. He was burning up that nervous energy. And by the end of the third round into the fourth, he'd started to really slow down and Jake Paul was really feeling the pressure of AJ. In a minute, I'm going to get some gloves on and I'm going to show you exactly how the punch landed that AJ knocked Jake Paul out with, the punch that has allegedly broke Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. But first, I just want to talk about how he set it up. Like I've already mentioned, he was banging that pressure on him. He was making him feel the weight of him every time they got close. He was putting that front foot pressure on to make him feel like he was in a real fight. And when Jake did get tired, which was always going to happen, and started holding his feet and backing himself to the ropes into the corner, that's when AJ set it up perfectly. He feinted him, touched him downstairs to draw his hands down and come straight over the top with the right hand. The punch that knocked him out was absolutely perfectly executed. As I've already mentioned, Jake Paul was getting tired, his legs were getting weary and he was starting to hold his feet, back himself into corners, back himself against the ropes. It's the worst place to be against someone who's bigger than you and more importantly is more accurate and hits harder than you. But he set the shot up very well, AJ. First of all, he feinted him at the bottom. Then he touched him downstairs. That was a simple distraction. He just wanted to draw his eyes and his hands away from what was coming next. Feint, touch, that right hand. The right hand was perfectly executed. It was very accurate. He twisted all his body weight through the punch and more importantly, it landed nice and flush and nice and straight right on the point of his chin. Feint, touch, and then came over the top. It was too fast, it was too quick, and it was too accurate for Jake Paul. This is the kind of punch that I teach beginners when I'm teaching white collar fighters, stuff like that. This is the stuff you learn early on. This video hasn't come from a place of hate. It genuinely hasn't. You do it, I'd do it, anyone else would do it. If you could get 50 million quid for 24 minutes of work at max, anyone who'd ever put on a pair of boxing gloves in their life would do it. It's just come from a technical and a tactical analysis of the fight. It just goes to show though that Instagram views don't get you a defense, TikTok doesn't give you offense, and you've got to learn the trade. You can't rush a boxing IQ. You've got to learn the sport inside out. If you like this video, please like, please comment, please subscribe. It'll really help the algorithm. I'm here every day doing boxing tutorials, fight breakdowns, punch breakdowns, things like that. So if you like your boxing, you'll enjoy this channel. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.